All right, and welcome back to another episode of Channel 64. Today's the day. We're going to stop wasting time. We're actually going to work on the theme park. I've kind of had to force myself to do that because I really wanted to wait until the ride was done. But we can't do that because, you know, it's going to take some time. And then, of course, there's also the fact of a bunch of theme park that's in between the ride and the entrance. So, of course, I need to work on things in the proper order. But first, before we do that, there's something I've been meaning to get to. Let's take care of that right now. Much better. I've been meaning to do this for weeks now. I had everything to upgrade the netherite, and I haven't done it. Anyways, what are we going to be doing today? So today we are going to be building the entrance to the brand new theme park, and it's going to be fantastic. So I decided that I'm going to go ahead and actually set this up right here. This is about the only part of the park that I have fully planned out. And that is, of course, where we're going to be putting our entrance. So I'm thinking we're going to have some gates to enter the park right here. Going to kind of wall off the rest of the park with a big retaining wall. And then, of course, I do want to probably move this portal entrance. I think it's going to be far too much to the south. It's going to be weird if it's just kind of off center. So we're going to move that portal and probably clear out some of these trees, move it back a little bit right here. And then I'm thinking some sort of grand entrance. Now, I've taken some inspiration from some different theme parks from around the world. Some that are a little bit more local to me and some not so local. So first up is, of course, a theme park I went to as a child called California's Great America. Of course, at the time when I went there, it was actually known as Marriott's Great America back in the 80s because, you know, old and everything. It is, you know, just a generic theme park, but I do remember the cool palm trees and everything in the front and just, you know, some of the big rides that you could see off into the distance. Another park that I wasn't so familiar with, but kind of found in my research is Europa Park. So Europa Park is in Rust, Germany, and has a really cool elaborate entrance with their monorail train on there. And I really liked the big glass windows and kind of the gray metal framing and everything, and I really wanted to take some inspiration from that big grand entrance with giant flags and colors and all that type of stuff. So I think that's what we're going to end up doing right here. So I think the first step in this whole process is that we're going to be leveling down some of this land to get it nice and flat and, well, you know, fill up some of these other holes that are in the ground because, yeah, the ground is pretty holy over here. Along with that, actually, funny enough, is I've been doing a lot of digging and hole filling over in one of our other cast members area. I can't really talk about that too much, but let's just say that I've been doing that all week long, and I think I've actually gotten my statistics up pretty high when it comes to mining different blocks. In fact, if we look at it here, before Deep Slate was the greatest mine block they had with over 500,000 blocks mined. Now we have over 500,000 blocks of stone. We crossed into the 6-digit mark for dirt and grass blocks as well. So, you know, it ended up being about another 500,000 blocks mined this week. So a lot of block mining. But before we get to all of that, I wanted to go ahead and show you some improvements I've done over in our industrial area. You know, one of the many. All right, so over here in our industrial area, we have one brand new farm, and that is this moss farm here by Simple Redstone. It's a self-sustaining moss farm, so about 2/3 of this actually ends up going into the composter here. So you can see a couple of these hoppers. So the two on this side actually feed the dispenser for the bone meal, and then the rest ends up in these chests down here. Pretty simple design. I like how easy it works, how like friendly it is, and it's just, you know, pretty idiot proof when it comes to building a moss farm. Sometimes it can get a little bit complicated with timings and end up with cobblestone and all that fun stuff. The one downside though is, you know, converting some of the grass down here below into moss, so you got to be a little bit careful with that. But overall, it's been working great. And then, of course, like I said, it collects our drops in here, and then of course we also even get a few extra bits right there as well. This is everything that's on top of our seed moss right here. So I've been using that to build up the storage room because we needed some moss, I think, in our future builds, especially with the upcoming mountain that's going to be part of the water ride. All right, so I think it's time to get to it. Let's go ahead and get this built. And the build is done. What a grand entrance we have here. So this is, like I said, based off of a few different parks. So the major inspiration in the main build here is Europa Park. It definitely resembles their monorail station that they have in the entrance. Of course, we have some different touches that are essential to Yeti Park, which is going to be our theme park right here. So of course we have the Yeti colors of the light blue, orange, yellow, and white, and the corresponding colored gates right here. So the way this works is we're going to be using a season pass to get into the park. So I'm going to be passing these out to some of the different members on the server, and you can check out mine here. It's super fancy. It's a little custom item that I made. So let's see if we can get a quick peek there. So you see a nice little front there, all bold with the Yeti Park logo. And then the back, of course, we have some little details, including the mag strip. And yes, that QR code does work. It just says channel 64 though. But if for whatever reason someone doesn't have a park pass and needs to replace it, if they misplace it somewhere in the park, or they die with it on them and it despawns, then you'll have to come over here and pay 2 diamond blocks to get a brand new ticket. And so the way that works is you throw your diamonds up onto this ledge here, only 2, and then you push the button and it pops out of the ground and you get another pass. And then what we're going to do now is take our pass down here, bring it to our park employees. You may have seen these guys in the time lapse. We pacified some pillagers, and then you just throw it at them. So there's actually a hopper minecart under here, and there's hoppers, and they've got they're standing on honey blocks back there. So essentially anywhere at the employee, you just kind of huck it at him, and then it allows you to go through. I actually have this hooked up to a sound. Right now I think it's a jukebox, but it might actually end up being a player head on top of a note block. I still need to figure out what the sound's gonna be. Like I said, we just finished this. I haven't figured out the whole sound design stuff yet with it, but that's gonna be coming very soon. So yeah, then that's we still need to build a park to actually go to and stuff. In due time. And then of course, back on the other side of the gate here, let's take a look at some of these. So these are some of the palm trees that were very much borrowed from Archie over by his shop builds over there. And some of these nice little palm trees. This is very similar to what we have in front of California's Great America in Santa Clara, California. And so they also have some flag poles, I think with the American flag and their different brandings. It's been changing hands a lot. Paramount, Marriott, Six Flags at one time. Now, of course, with this, we have some of the Yeti Park flags as we go right here. And then, of course, back here is going to be where we're moving our portal. It is still over there right now, but I'm going to be replacing that with this one. And this is actually where when different cast members come in or visitors come to the park, walk in and you see all of those banners pop right in. I need to figure out if there's a way to get that to render from a longer distance away. But still, you come in and we'll have some music and different, park ambiance to go along with all of this. And we'll do some more terraforming and decorating of the area as well. We had lots of different lighting down here. I even started to kind of experiment with, colored flower beds a little bit. It's kind of looking pathetic with these little bits of flowers, but eventually we'll add more to this. I just needed something so that, when you come into this portal, which most likely in the Nether, if we're going to be coming off of the Nether Hub tunnels, you'll be facing the opposite direction. So I didn't want to make sure that people just aren't going to run straight ahead. So they'll have to pull a 180 and then get back here. But it looks nice at night as well. You've got all the different colored lighting effects as well. We've simulated the floodlights that would be kind of shining up at the flags. I think it came out really well. And then, of course, up here, I think behind these banners is where we'll actually put our Yeti Park logo design once we have that built for this. But for right now, I think that's all the time we have in this episode. I thank you guys for joining me. And pretty soon, we'll be coming to the theme park to play, to build, lots more stuff to work on. So until next time, check out the channel, leave a like, leave a comment. Safe travels, everyone.